So my name is Andrew Sakamoto. I'm the ED of the Tenant Resource and Advisory Center, TRAC. People heard of TRAC out there? Yes? Good. So unlike some other groups here who represent a range of different areas of law, TRAC focuses exclusively on one area, that being residential tenancy law or tenant-landlord law. So we were founded back in 1984, and we exist to promote the legal protection of residential tenants all across BC by providing information, education, support, and research on all things residential tenancy law. So I've been given 10 minutes to provide a rundown of our services here, so I apologize if I'm rushing a little bit. There's a quick list of the services we can offer. So we'll go through them one by one now. So first up is our direct advocacy program. So similar to what Heather was just talking about in terms of their residential tenancy program, TRAC offers free representation to tenants all across BC. So we have a practicing lawyer, Susanna Modrovic, who can take on clients and negotiate settlements with landlords, provide legal advice, and if necessary, represent clients at dispute resolution hearings through the residential tenancy branch. So that's essentially BC's tenant and landlord court. In terms of eligibility, we tend to take on group applications. So for instance, a building of seniors being rent evicted or who have been given an illegal rent increase. However, we can also take individual cases if we consider the client's situation to be either serious or systemic. So we really do have some flexibility there. But those are generally the types of cases we take on. There is no income cutoff, but priority is always given to lower income tenants. Tenant Infoline. So this is one of our most popular and longest standing services. It's a Monday to Friday phone service. The hours of operation are a little confusing. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, they run 1 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. And then on Wednesdays, we have an evening shift. So from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., just to give people a different option of when they want to call in. We answer approximately 7,000 calls per year. There's a list of some of the more common issues we hear about. Eviction and repairs are always the most asked about questions year after year. So yeah, if any of you or your clients ever need answers to your legal questions around rights and responsibilities of tenants and landlords, please feel free to give us a call on our tenant info line. Legal workshops. So we go out into the community and deliver in-person workshops. We also deliver webinars. It's something we're trying to grow, but we do offer online webinars to fulfill our mandate of being a provincial organization. We try to deliver webinars across the province to more rural areas of BC. But if any of you are interested in scheduling a workshop on sort of residential tenancy law 101 or even a specific area of the law, such as evictions, repairs, quiet enjoyment, dispute resolution, we have some options there. So we tend to give out we tend to deliver our standard presentation more often than not, but we can also deliver those more tailored workshops on certain key areas. So if any of you and your coworkers or your clients could benefit from such a workshop, again, please feel free to reach out to us and we can provide that service for free. So yeah, we tend to deliver these workshops to seniors, youth, new immigrants. There might be a problem building where a landlord has, again, tried to wrong sort of a group in the building and they want some more information. And of course, advocates and service providers. This isn't just a service for tenants, particularly disadvantaged tenants. It's also a service for the advocates and service providers, such as yourselves, who serve those clients. Publications. So this is kind of new and exciting. Hopefully, most of you have heard about this. Unlike some other groups here who have a range of publications, TRAC focuses. We pretty much have one major publication. It's called the Tenant Survival Guide. It's been published since 1984, since we were founded, and it's still going strong. Thanks to the Law Foundation of BC, we recently reprinted 10,500 copies, and yeah, I'd say that was back in January that we finalized the reprint and started distribution, and we're already through at least half of those. So if any of you are interested in ordering copies of the publication in bulk for your organizations, you can do so through Crown Publications, again for free. The URL is there. You can also just Google Tenant Survival Guide Crown Publications and it should come up. But again, you can order bulk copies for free through that website there. So that's just a quick screenshot of TRAC's website. Hopefully most of you have been there. A comprehensive overview of everything you need to know as a tenant. Tons of information. We thought about the best way to organize content and settled on sort of chronological. So it's all grouped into sort of starting a tenancy, what you need to know, during your tenancy, what you need to know, and then sort of ending your tenancy, so eviction or moving out, everything you need to know. So that's sort of the general way we've organized content on our website. Also, all of our publications, our Tenant Survival Guide, we offer template letters through our website. So again, that was something that was mentioned earlier, but we have a series of template letters on various topics that tenants can send to their landlord to sort of create a paper trail of what's happening with their tenancy. So I encourage you to use those as a starting point, and again, yeah, create a paper trail as part of your tenancy. Very important if you ever need to sort of go to dispute resolution in front of an arbitrator. And the final resource I wanted to touch on is our online course called Renting It Right. So we currently have two separate parts of this course. Part one deals with finding rental housing and securing a tenancy. So things like how to search for housing, how to, what questions to ask at a viewing, how to run a credit report on yourself, how to gather references, and then some more legal information on things you need to know when entering into a tenancy. So, info around security deposits, condition inspection reports, the key terms in a tenancy agreement. So that's all covered in part one of the course. Again, sort of finding rental housing and safely entering into a tenancy. Part two of the course deals more with the fundamentals of residential tenancy law, everything you need to know during your tenancy: repairs, evictions, quiet enjoyment, deposits, rent increases, guests, fees, bed bugs, dispute resolution, etc. The idea is you work your way through a series of videos and exercises and ultimately reach a final exam. So there is a certification component with this course. In my experience as a renter, when I've told a potential landlord what I do for work, it doesn't always go over well. So we didn't want this course certificate to be something that was viewed as a negative when, say, a first-time renter was applying for housing. So because of that, we had Landlord BC, who's the province's leading landlord organization, review all of the content, and they endorse the course. So right on the certificate, it says, this has been reviewed by a landlord group, and all of the content is fair, and we encourage you as a landlord to consider this a good thing. That's the idea. You work your way through the course, and particularly for first-time renters or for, say, a new immigrant who may not have any references, this is a way to show that you've gone out of your way to educate yourself on what it means to be a good tenant. And we hope that as the course continues to grow, that this certificate will hold some weight when applying for housing. I just quickly want to note that, again, we have part one and part two currently launched and up and running. We're hoping to develop a part three for individuals such as yourselves. Part three would focus more on dispute resolution. So again, this is BC's tenant landlord court, essentially. So if any of you out there represent clients at those tribunal hearings, That's the audience we want to target as part of part 3. So we're still trying to secure some funding for that, but that's hopefully on the horizon. A part 3 dedicated to advocates and service providers, like everyone here in the room, who might be representing clients at dispute resolution. That's it for me. There's our contact information. Actually, you'll notice the 604-255-3099 number. That's TRAC's administrative line. That's the one where you can call and pick someone's extension number to speak to either myself or one of our advocates directly. So I mentioned earlier we have our Tenant Infoline that only has certain hours and you may have to wait on hold. That's how you can reach us directly. We always like to give advocates that direct line in case any of you have more urgent matters and questions that we can help answer for you. So yeah, that should do it. Thank you. Thank you so much.